Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Ciara Speller. We're going to have your top 4 at 4 in just a moment. But first, we're going to bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis, who's been a very busy man today.
Yeah.
The weather alert is going to be ending.
Yeah.
But we saw a significant amount of snow, wind, all of that out there.
Yeah, and it really was this morning the combination of snow and wind that slowed things down greatly. Now that the snow is winding down here, things are going to improve. A friend of mine earlier was saying, wind stinks, snow stinks, roads are decent.
Roads were not bad.
I think that summarizes it here as we head
so.
into the late afternoon and early evening hours. All right, let's take a look at traffic, shall we? And you can see here that we've got a lot of green here on the map. Mass Pike, by the way, is down to 40 miles per hour. I-91 looks good. I think A, there's not a lot of traffic on the road, and B, our Mass DOT crews have done a heroic job of keeping things clear with this 4 to 10 inches of snow that we ended up with here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the wind speeds. We still have sustained wind speeds around 20 miles per hour, so it is still a noticeable wind with occasional gusts over 30 miles per hour. These winds are going to gradually diminish as we head into and through the evening hours. Temperatures right now are just below freezing. 31 Northampton, 30 in Westfield, 30 in Springfield, and we're in the mid-20s right now in the Berkshires. And you can see that there's still a little bit of flurry activity, especially along and west of the Connecticut River, but even that is going to diminish here. I expect that as early as 5 o'clock. Most, if not all of the snow will be out of here and will be drying out. Bright day here tomorrow. We'll track those changes with the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
The winter storm is wreaking havoc on flights across the country, with more than 9,000 flights canceled nationwide. Bradley International Airport in Connecticut is open, but more than 90% of today's flights were proactively canceled. There are still some arrivals currently scheduled for later tonight. Well, if you're an update now on the search for Today show host mother Nancy Guthrie, the sheriff's office in Pima County, Arizona, is now saying DNA pulled from the mother's Tucson home is mixed. That means samples have genetic material from more than one person. Because of the intermingling, investigators are expected to have a more difficult time running the DNA through national databases to identify potential suspects. Sheriff Chris Nano said that officials have said the setback could be resolved quickly through new advances in technology, or take as long as a year to sort out. But he added they are not giving up. President Trump will stand before Congress tomorrow night to deliver the annual State of the Union address to a suddenly transformed nation. The speech will focus on the president's agenda for the year ahead. His signature legislative accomplishment so far is the GOP's big tax cuts bill, which its new savings accounts for babies. No taxes on tips and other specialty deductions, as well as steep cuts to Medicaid and SNAP food aid. It also has fueled more than $170 billion to Homeland Security for his immigration deportations. Democrats plan to either boycott the speech or sit in silence. Emergency crews responded to a car crash Sunday evening in Granby. The Granby Fire Department reported the incident just after 10 p.m. near 150 Chicopee Street. According to their social media post, the car struck a pole, taking out power for a period of time. No word yet on the cause of the crash, if it was related to the weather or any injuries. And now let's have another check of forecast with Brian Lapis.
Yeah, we've got the blizzard warning that continues. This blizzard warning, CR, is in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I have a feeling the National Weather Service is going to cancel the blizzard warning for Hampden and Hampshire County well before 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. But nonetheless, just wanted to let you know that there still is some wind around, and that is going to put a little bit of a complication here as we continue the cleanup from the storm. There's still a little bit of flurry activity here over the Pioneer Valley as well. Little to no further snow accumulation for Hampden, Hampshire, Franklin, and Berkshire County. And in fact, on our 22 News Storm Team Skycast, we are 100% dry as early as 5 p.m. The breeze is going to continue. In fact, there will be a few wind gusts to 30 miles per hour during the evening hours, and then overnight the wind is going to gradually back off. We actually get a little clearing in here overnight as well. Temperatures will be in the 20s this evening, teens overnight. Not a bad day tomorrow. Sunshine at 10 o'clock. Noontime sunshine. So if you can get your car cleared off and your driveway cleared off this afternoon or early this evening, that sunshine tomorrow is going to help to expose some pavement, I expect, with temperatures in the mid-20s to low 30s here tomorrow afternoon. Of course, there could be some more snow here Wednesday and Thursday. We'll track those chances on 22 News starting at 5.
There's a brand new lottery game launching in 30 states, including Massachusetts. It's called Millionaire for Life and is made by the same lottery association behind the Powerball. The new game is replacing Cash for Life and Lucky for Life. While those games offered up to $25,000 a year for life, you could win up to $1 million a year for life in this new game. Top jackpot winners can also choose a one-time cash payout of $18 million. The Chicopee Parade Committee has announced its 2026 Colleen and Court. That top honor given to Charlotte Fields last night during the Colleen Coronation Ball at the Portuguese American Club. Mila Dillard, Shannon Kaloon, Jazara Bradley, and Gracelyn Jari make up her court. Field is a senior at Chicopee Comprehensive High School. She and her court will proudly ride on the Colleen's float in the Chicopee contingent in the Holyoke St. Patrick's Parade on March 22nd. And now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News starting at 5. Storm cleanup continues across the region. Tonight, find out what you need to know before getting back out on the roads. And later, over 90% of the flights across the country have been canceled. See how Bradley International Airport is handling the storm. Plus, is this snow good to build a snowman? We'll have that answer tonight starting at 5.
Good news, too, that traffic is moving along, or at least is very light across roads here in western Massachusetts. 91 in good shape. The Pike down to 40 miles per hour, but very light traffic here. And, of course, downtown traffic is light as well. Roads are improving as we speak. If you got to be out this afternoon or this evening, give yourself a bit of extra time because side streets are still going to be snow covered. We'll update the forecast for the rest of the week on 22 News starting at 5.
We thank you for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. You can join Brian and I tonight on TV starting at 5 and get all your local news and weather updates anytime on wwlp.com and the 22 News mobile app.